Hello students, this is Dr. Faizan Mirza. We are discussing lung volumes and capacities, the techniques to study lung volumes and lung capacities. The diagram here shows to you volumes versus flows. The left side of the diagram shows to you the volumes and the right side shows to you the flows. This region here represents the anatomical dead space. This region is where the exchanges can occur. This is the alveolar gas and this is your blood supply. So as far as the volumes are concerned, tidal volume about 500 ml of air goes in and goes out. Through the anatomical dead space, 150 ml is remaining here and the alveolar gas ends up having 3000 ml of gas available. The exchanges that come about are because of the pulmonary capillary blood having 70 ml of blood supply crossing from this region. The flows, total ventilation includes 7500 ml of gas being exchanged through tidal volume. The frequency is 15 per minute, which means about 15 ml 15 breaths per minute. The alveolar ventilation, how much air gets exchanged here, is 5250 ml per minute approximately, keeping in mind that the pulmonary blood flow is about 5000 ml per minute. So these are the volumes and flows which we expect in our lungs. This technique here shows to you spirometry. Now what's the spirometer? A spirometer is a device, an instrument which is used for measuring these volumes and capacities of a subject. The subject is asked to breathe through a mouthpiece. This mouthpiece is connected to a tube and the tube is in turn connected to the spirometer. The spirometer is filled with water. Above water there is air trapped under this bell. This is a bell jar, or you can say a dome, which is trapping some amount of air here. So the person will breathe in or breathe out this air and this will cause this dome to get pulled up or pulled down depending on whether the person is inhaling or exhaling. It is attached to a string which connects it to the levers, and eventually there is a pen here which is in turn connected to a graph paper, a kymograph assembly, to which a graph can be plotted as the pen moves up and down. The subject is asked to breathe the air which is filled in this spirometer. The person inhales this. As the person inhales this air, the air from here goes into his lungs and the string of the spirometer is pulled down. This causes the pen to get raised up. This gives you an upward displacement of pen and a trace is marked on the moving kymograph. The person is then exhaling. During exhaling, reverse of this happens. The person pushes air into the tube. This causes the dome to rise. When the dome rises, this pushes the pen back to a lower level. The pen moves down. So as the person is breathing in and out, the pen keeps moving up and down depending on whether the person is inhaling and exhaling. And while the person is doing so, the kymograph drum is rotating and a trace of breathing pattern can be seen or recorded. This is the tidal volume, the normal air breathed in and breathed out, and this is the person taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and followed by a normal breathing pattern. A spirogram is the record which is obtained using a spirometer when a subject is performing this experiment. We measure lung volumes from this spirogram, and using those lung volumes we calculate the lung capacities. There are 4 lung volumes which we need to discuss here: the tidal volume, IRV, RV and ERV, and 4 lung capacities: IC, VC, FRC and TLC. Discussing lung volumes first. Lung volumes include, number 1, the tidal volume. It is abbreviated as TV. This is the volume of air breathed in and out in a single, normal, quiet breathing. The amount of this air is about 500 ml. IRV is inspiratory reserve volume. IRV is the additional air which is inspired beyond tidal volume after end of normal inspiration, and the value is about 3300 ml. Residual volume, abbreviated as RV, this is the amount of air left in lungs after a forceful exhalation. The amount of residual volume is 1000 ml. Expiratory reserve volume, abbreviated as ERV. ERV is the additional air expired forcefully beyond the normal expired air, which means forceful expiration. This is about 1200 ml. All these volumes can be measured using spirogram except the residual volume. Residual volume cannot be measured using spirometry. Residual volume is measured using another method, either nitrogen washout or helium dilution methods. Here you can see the subject taking this lab test where the person is breathing through a closed mouthpiece, a mouthpiece through which the person is inhaling and exhaling while keeping the nose clipped. When the nose is kept clipped, so all the air exchanges will come about from this mouthpiece, which in turn is connected to a spirometer. This is a digital spirometer, a much more advanced version of the one that I have just discussed previously, which is having a dome placed over air in a trough of water. Once the lung volumes have been calculated, we use these values to calculate or figure out the lung capacities. Lung capacities include inspiratory capacity, IC. What is inspiratory capacity? It is the maximum air that can be breathed in starting from end expiratory volume. The formula for calculating IC is tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume, and the value of this capacity comes out to be 3800 ml. VC, or vital capacity. This is the maximum volume of air that can be expelled forcefully after a maximum deep inspiration. When calculating vital capacity, we add IRV, ERV and TV, the three volumes together, and the value comes out to be 5000 ml. FRC, functional residual capacity. What's functional residual capacity? Functional residual capacity is the volume of air remaining in lungs after normal expiration. And FRC is calculated by adding ERV and RV together. The value is about 2200 ml. Lastly, total lung capacity, or TLC. What is TLC? TLC is the amount of air which is present in lungs after a deep maximum inspiration. Total lung capacity can be calculated by adding four volumes together, TV, IRV, ERV and RV. And the total lung capacity is 6000 ml. Here you can see this is the kind of graph that we get for our spirogram. These are the values of the volumes. This represents tidal volume, these peaks. This is the inspiratory reserve volume starting from the end of the tidal volume till the peak of this tallest amplitude peak here. Expiratory reserve volume is the reverse of this, following the lower end where the tidal volume ends to the value where the lowest peak ended. and the air which is left inside the lungs, which cannot be calculated using spirometer, is residual volume. So all the four volumes can be seen here. According to the mathematical manipulation that I have just mentioned, total lung capacity is this region. You can calculate it from the graph as well. Vital capacity can be also be calculated using graph by adding these three values, either by mathematical manipulation as already discussed or by measuring from the graph of spirogram. Inspiratory capacity is IRV plus TV, again can be calculated either way from the graph or from mathematical manipulation, and functional residual capacity also can be calculated in both ways. When we are using spirometry, the first thing to do in this experiment is to mark a standard line. This line represents 1000 ml. When this line represents 1000 ml, this is the standard line that we'll be using before we start with our recordings. So as the person is about to breathe in and breathe out from the respirometer or the spirometer, we take the standard line first. The standard line is then measured in using a ruler. For example, this value comes out to be 30 millimeter. I just placed my ruler at this end and I measured how long this line is. So this came out to be 30 millimeter. So my scale is that 30 millimeters are representing 1000 ml. What I need to do, I need to calculate all the volume using the same standard. So for example, calculating tidal volume, I'll measure the tidal volume using this region between these parts. If it's 15 millimeter, so I'll use my standard which I have mentioned here to calculate the volume of the tidal part. So this is 30 millimeter is equals to 1000 ml. So 15 millimeter would be, you just apply a simple ratio method to calculate tidal volume. The same can be used for calculating all these values. You just measure the respective distance and using the same standards, using the same scale here, the values can be calculated. The millimeters can be converted into ml. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.